Hello there folks, welcome to Shots Fired Airsoft, face to face today, yeah. A few of you may have noticed in the last video I said that my caravan, my previous place of residence and where I used to review weapons and do videos was destroyed. I am now in a flat, so you'll probably see that in the next video where we do a bit of work on this present pistol. Essentially the effect of all of that is things are a bit backed up, so the videos are kind of slowed down a bit and all that, but now we're in a flat, it's easier for me to make videos, there's more space, I've got a proper setup, so I'm looking forward to getting back into it full time. Now, this is the Tokyo Marui 4.3 custom Hi-Capa, and we unboxed this a few videos ago, and it's very much a nice piece. We mentioned in the unboxing that it had a very nice feel by being all plastic. We've got a beautiful mag, we've got a very nice aluminium frame, ABS slide, and all around it's furnished nicely. There's nothing particularly over the top about it. It's a bit like an NWS in that respect, where it's aimed more at performance than it is about tartan furnishings and all that sort of stuff. So doesn't have all the unnecessary extra safeties and the ambidextrous this and the ambidextrous that always fall off like on Hi-Capas. What it does have is performance in spades, and as I say, a very nice feel. So to get into it, essentially what I did was we're going to go into the chronograph test, and pretty much as you would expect from this kind of weapon, it is very on point. Now this is the 4.3, so it has a shorter barrel. So we're expecting about 270 to 280 FPS on a 0.2. I'm running this on 0.25s. So what you'll see here is 10 shots go through the chronograph. First is 250, last is 240. So we've got a variation of 10 FPS from a gas pistol over 10 shots. That is not bad at all, and it's very consistent. It drops about 1 or 2 FPS per shot, which is fantastic. That is kind of indicative of the fact that it's going to have a very good hop, consistent air seal, and it's exactly what we expect to see out of these weapons. Part of one of the things that really goes into a Tokyo Marui weapon compared to a lot of the cheaper things is tolerances in a weapon from Tokyo Marui tend to be very superior. So when this is produced, there's actually someone looking at how the gun goes together, whereas it seems a lot of the Chinese and even Taiwanese, because obviously Tokyo Marui is Japanese, producers just seem to let them slop out of a production line into a box and off it goes, and then when you get to your end you've got to do things like file and lube, clean, rebuild sometimes. Tokyo Marui, you just don't get that, it just works out of the box. Bit of dusting of TM magic. So with that said, I'll let Ben take over, live action Ben, for the firing test, and essentially we'll see what he has to say about the firing performance of this little 4.3. Over to you.
Well, hello there folks, we've got a beautiful day out here, and nice, wind's calm, we've got a fresh target, mag full of 2.5 BBs, plenty of green gas. We're going to put a few rounds down range and see what the TM 4.3 can do. There we go, a nice little lock back there. I'm just going to bring it in and have a look what we've got on the target. Yeah, see, I'd say for a first firing, this is pretty damn good. Now, obviously we've got a couple of flyers out and around, however, new weapon, it might well settle down. I've adjusted the hop for 2.5, so yeah, firing this is really nice. It has a good strong kick, which depending on which side of the fence you are on, you may actually not particularly like, because obviously the recoil does make it quite difficult to hold it on target. However, that was my sort of best go at essentially keeping it zeroed. Yeah, essentially fired the first shot and then carried on with the other shots, hopefully in the same position. I'm going to run another mag through this, and we'll see how it goes.
So it's fairly safe to say that live action Ben was actually quite impressed about the firing performance of the little 4.3 over a short range. Again, about 18 metres, So nothing particularly massively inspiring. However, this is a CQB weapon. If you want a longer range, you go for the 5.1, or God forbid you pick up something monstrous like the WE 7-inch like I've got that will send BBs out to 60 metres. You know, it has the initial velocity and the hop to do that. So this is an excellent CQB weapon, and this is why we're going to be modifying it to be even more superior to CQB rather than longer range. Although we will actually get a little bit more range out of it, but you'll see that in the next video. So with that being said, that grouping of all around the centre in the short range test, a lot of that is down to me, the way that I use pistols. I tend to be a CQB sort of reaction shooter, so I'm not sitting there lining up each shot for a couple of seconds before I pull the trigger. I'm literally trying to hold the pistol zeroed and going bang, 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 bang like that. Very little time for resetting of aim, and that is why you see a lot of my sort of target shoots tend to be quite erratic. But what I would say on that one is that 90% of those shots are going in the inner ring. Obviously, if that's a torso of a person, you're hitting them every time. Which is exactly what I'm looking for in a pistol. I'm sorry if you'd like to see these things hit out to 9 million miles, but this can't for a start. You'll see in a minute as I give over to live action bed again. We do have a little go at shooting longer distance with it. However, you actually run into issues once you start getting out to 30 metres with this. Effective range on this is like 35 to 40 metres, maybe, at a push. Today we had a little bit of wind, but anyway, I'll let live action Ben explain that. So here we go again. See you in a little bit.
Okay, so here we go, we're at 30 metres, there is a reasonable breeze. I am still on 0.25s. I have not yet swapped 2.8s into the little TM, so we'll see what the 4.3 can do. As I say, not a ranged weapon, but let's see if she can get on the mark from 30 metres. I do believe a lot of that's me. The BBs are firing nicely, to be honest. As I say, you can probably hear this in the camera microphone, but there is quite a stiff breeze, and you'll see the target moving around. How many BBs have got left? I've got about 3 left in the mag. What I'm going to do is I'm going to fire the 3 off. Yeah. Oh, that is me. We're also running a bit low on gas. I didn't refill it after the last mag, so that's probably explaining why we've got a little bit of deviance going on. So I'm going to refill this mag with 2.8s, refill the gas, and then we're going to see what we can do. Okay, so back with me now. I'm now stood up. We've got 2.8s in the mag, fresh bit of gas. Just going to see if we can't ping that target a bit more reliably. Nope, I've done it again. I overfilled the mag. Apparently it's possible to put one too many BBs in the mag with a speed loader, which means that it then won't rack up once you fire the initial shot. There we go. I'm having quite a lot of issues with wind affecting the BBs. Indeed, it is absolutely straight shooting, but the moment the wind gets them, it is really causing me hassle. But as you'll see from the target cam, we are getting on the backboard. Yep, and we got a lot back on that as well. So yeah, don't think I'm going to bother going any further with distance for this. It's too windy today to really get a reliable sort of thing on how accurate this is at long range. However, over the original sort of 18 metres, it was really good. That grouping that we got, especially in the actual first firing test, was really nice, and that was probably my best example of shooting. As I say, I'm not a range shooter, especially with a pistol. This is also a short range pistol, so yeah, quite entertaining, and it's intriguing to see how things can deteriorate at longer distances when things just aren't built to reach out that far. A couple of videos ago we had the M904G. I was somewhat more scathing over that long range performance, primarily because it's an AEG. It's got to be able to hit out to 30 metres reliably, and it couldn't. But again, over 18 metres, it was great. Back to the studio.
So there we go. That was live action Ben giving his thoughts on the 4.3 at longer ranges. It's unnecessary. These weapons, they make weapons to hit out a longer distance. If you want a sidearm to send 0.3 BBs over 65, 70 metres, you're probably missing the point. At that kind of range, you're surely using your primary. But you know, that's all besides the point. This is a 4.3. It's primarily aimed at CQB. Its performance at 30 metres, you can get on the target backboard. I was struggling with the wind, even with the 2.8s in it. It can hop 2.8s very nicely. Gas efficiency, a couple of mags per gas fill, which is pretty good in a Hi-Capa. A lot of the bigger, heavier metal Hi-Capas will struggle to reach 1 to 1.5 mags. My WE 7-inch, which has half a slide because it's got the massive cut skeletal slide, is maybe 1 to 1.5 mags, depending on the temperature. It's not very warm today. It's a beautiful sunny day, but overall temperature still aren't much over sort of 11 or 12. So in the summer at 20 degrees, this will probably get through 2.5 mags to maybe even 3 at a push. I haven't had any malfunctions or anything with the gun, apart from, you did see a couple of issues there where I would pull the mag out and I'd fiddle with the feed lips essentially because I'd overloaded the mags. Should you be able to overload the mags? I don't know. I've not had it happen with any other gun, I'll put it that way. I can load the BBs in there until it goes stiff and you can't physically push any more in, and it will always feed them. Whereas on these, the little feed lips on the mag, I had to wiggle them to get the BB to slot up in, because the two BBs would get jammed side by side trying to go into the feed ramp. So yeah, I don't have too much more to say on it. We have big plans for this pistol. You'll have seen the Make It 3D lightweight parts that I've got for it. I have a barrel, some dress up parts, and essentially we're going to go full CQB build on this. It will still be powered by gas. I'm not a HPA player. However, very much looking forward to getting into this. It'd be nice to have a full bore performance build on the channel, which this is going to be, but it will be aimed at CQB. So don't be expecting me to demonstrate this going to 1,000,000 miles on the range, because it just ain't going to happen. One day maybe, I might do something from a 7-inch Dragon to see how far we can push a large pistol. But yeah, not for now. So I've been Ben, thank you very much for watching. It's great to see you all back. Sorry it's been a little bit sporadic over the last month and a bit, but we're now sorted, where I need to be, so glad to be back. Thank you very much, and I hope to see you in the next video. Goodbye.